Alright, it's Scott here, and we're going to be rebuilding this SR Suntour M2000 fork. Right here, it's on a Schwinn Ranger. Found it in a dumpster. And I have this sesame opening tool, and I'm going to try to pry these dust caps up. Because it's a little bit thinner than a flathead screwdriver. You can get underneath it a little bit better. Just pry. Now I think I'm going to use flathead. Since we got it a little bit up, flathead should pry the rest of it out. Ooh, there's a lot of water and gunk in there. Rust. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. Theoretically, there should be like a 5mm bolt in there. I think so. This side, I think, has all the mechanisms in it. Let's pry the other side off just to see. Okay, the other side came off easier. We're really only concerned about this side, the drive side of the bike. I'm gonna get a flashlight to see if I can see inside of it. Alright, so got a flashlight. There appears to be a bolt down there. This side has absolutely nothing in it. So I have a 5mm long reach hex bit on an extension, so I'm going to put that on the drive side and then go counterclockwise. There we go. That actually did something. I think that's loosened. I'm gonna take the brakes off. Alright, so now we gotta take off the brakes to release the lowers. Okay, so brakes off, and theoretically these lowers should just come off. Oh, and they did. Not sure. Okay, so it appears that there's a spring on the non-drive side. Oh, and a washer at the top of these. So I might have to use the boot until I get a new boot. That's not rotted. There's a lot of rust that you can see formed and came out of here. So this will need a good cleaning. Yeah, there is a lot of debris in there. So that's all gonna have to come out. See if you can, I don't know. That'll be interesting. Got that off. This should come off, so okay. Oh, well, there's our spring. It's a little rusted, not that bad. See if that wipes off. good news for me. So this is really dirty. It's a little bit of a flat spot that I have to polish. Got some chrome polish and steel wool, chunk steel wool, and then polish the rough spots. Oh shit. Okay, well, covered in rust and debris. So this, I'm gonna have to clean up a little bit. Some rust on there. Tip this over. That came out, and then there's more dust and debris on here. Okay, so got that out. Dang, okay, so my fork bolt, this fork bolt is pretty rusty as you can see. So I'm gonna put this in some Evaporust and try to get rid of all that rust. In a perfect world, I'd replace this, but like, I don't live in a perfect world and I don't really have any money, so I'm gonna Evaporust it, get as much rust off as possible. Clean out these lowers, so like I'm gonna take soapy water and degreaser and then get rid of all of the debris and rust in there. Alright, so we got the fork cleaned up, got the chrome polished, took an air compressor, blew out the uppers, and then took degreaser and soapy water, warm soapy water, and cleaned up and out the lowers. So this is all cleaned up, got the springs cleaned up, the boots, all of it's nice and clean. So with that being said, we can go ahead and start lubing it. If you are doing this, if you service forks, you're going to want to pick up some Slickoleum light grease. This is what's recommended for the majority of suspension forks. So pick this up on Amazon. I'll provide a link in the description, or you can pick it up directly from their website at slickoleum.com. So without further ado, let's get this thing back together. So I'm going to put some grease on the bolt that holds the elastomer. So I'm greasing up the elastomer bolt, and that goes on the drive side of the bike. And shake it around, it comes out. And then grease up your elastomer. So you got the little rubber elastomer here. Putting some Slickoleum on that. Get it all nice and greased up. And it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get this to stay on here. So, oh, there you go. Okay, so I guess it'll stay on there. So like that. I mean, I watched the video and it appears that this part was facing this way, so like there's a little bit of an edge that faces up, and then the flat part faces down. So just make sure you have yours oriented the right way. And then we're gonna grease up our lures. So just put some grease in the upper, like on the, in the top part. So in here, get that all nice and greased up on both sides. And then it's all nice and greased. And then just wipe off the excess because you don't want dirt and debris getting on there. So just now wipe off the stuff from the top. And wipe off stuff on the top. So that's nice and lubricated. And then you want to grease up your springs, so give them a nice good coating of grease, prevent corrosion. Grease up the other one. And then grease up your little washers for your top of your boots, so prevent corrosion and things of that nature. Alright, so we got the bolt in there, and then we got the elastomer and the uppers greased with our Slickoleum. There's this ridge on the washer. You want to put that in the, like, facing up, and then put that up the boot. So it's like even the top. And then do that to both of them. And then you just slide your spring up in there. So I got one spring in the boot, the other spring in the boot. Then you're gonna want to put, you're gonna want to put your spring in your boot up the uppers. Like so. Okay, before you slide your lures onto the uppers, you're gonna want to put your hex bit with your extension on it and stick it in there, and then make sure you lock it into the bolt. Make sure it's turning. Okay, so once you see that your hex bit's locked into your bolt, slide your lures onto your uppers. Okay, there we go. That came up. Now we can just tighten down the bolt. Until it's tight. Okay, so that's tight on there. And there you have it. We just rebuilt this fork, and we just stick this cap. Well, you can see that now it has travel and it goes back into place. And then just take your little fork cap and stick it on the top. And then if you took off the one on the other side, stick that one in the hole, and then there you have it. We got this SR Suntour fork completely rebuilt. As you can see, it's completely rebuilt, and it's got way more travel. It's all clean and not goobered up, and I hope this helped.